From Pizza Hut Park in Frisco, it's Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup 30 Super Group action. Pool play begins. This is a Group C match between Andromeda and River Plate from Argentina. Andromeda out of North Texas trying to score an upset victory in the opening game of Bracket C. I'm Pete Stein along with C.J. Martin. We've already seen this afternoon one South American team dominate a North Texas team. Andromeda hoping to turn the tables here in Bracket C.
And you see Andromeda getting ready to kick off in their blue uniforms. Yeah, and they want to not only start off well in this Dallas Cup 30, but they want to see how they match up against the rest of the world. And this is one match in which they can do that. Hopefully they will fare better than their North Texas counterparts in Game 1.
River Plate in the navy blue, Andromeda out of North Dallas out of North Texas, I should say, in the black and white kit. And we are underway, and already a more frantic pace here than we might have expected or that we saw out of the first game here at Pizza Hut Park. As we've played nearly 30 seconds, River Plate with a throw-in deep in Andromeda territory.
You can see beautiful conditions except the wind. The wind almost 20 miles an hour, beautiful temperature. The wind will affect play. It'll be going left to right on your screen. Right now it's Andromeda with the wind at their back to start.
And that wind really gusting, and it definitely plays a factor on shots from distance and the corner kicks. But right now, River Plate controlling the ball on the ground. This one is looped in, but Reed Dillard in goal for Andromeda makes an easy catch. And for the first time, Andromeda will have a chance to go on the attack. 50-50 header. They're chesting it down for Andromeda is Dylan Powers. Andromeda moving right to left. Ball played toward the top of the D. Stepping in there defensively, Jorge Almada. Andromeda wins the ball back in the midfield. Ball played up the right side. River Plate controls with a couple of headers, but then it's turned right back over to Andromeda. A sloppy pass into the midfield, taken away by Juan Pablo Rodriguez of River Plate. Now Andromeda wins the ball back in the middle third.
Going to be a lot of 50-50 balls, some definite one-on-one action, and I think that's where Andromeda is going to struggle, or that's going to be their biggest challenge today, because, I mean, River Plate, these players have been, they may have walked before they touched the soccer ball, but chances are they didn't. And so they know how to play, they know where their teammates are, and that's going to be one of the big challenges for Andromeda today.
Soccer's a lot more than just a sport in South America. It's a way of life. And the South Americans play the game like few others around the world, with a lot of flair. They play the beautiful game. Scoreless tie in the first minute. Appears like the clock has stopped here at Pizza Hut Park.
Yeah, I do know from FC Dallas games they have had trouble with the clock and this was even in Major League Soccer games. So this is, in fact, they've even given one of the teams a goal. They wiped it off, but they have had clock issues in the past.
The time officially is kept down on the field anyway. But just for our purposes, not exactly sure. I would just guess we've played in the neighborhood of 2.5 minutes. And it also looks like we've got some equipment issues with one of the balls.
Looked pretty round to me. I don't know what the issue might be, but
it could be the lack of pressure or too much pressure in one of the balls. So River Plate trying to get through the middle of the field. Facing an Andromeda team that has an upset on their mind this afternoon. A bright sunny day, but cool temperatures and windy conditions. Man open on the left side is Guerra, but they can't get the ball to him. Daniel Hahn with a nice defensive play for Andromeda. And Andromeda controls in the offensive third. Slipping down is Alexei Reyes. Ball's going to go out of play, and there'll be a throw-in here.
It looked like Stifler had a nice chance to maybe put a shot on goal or at least a little bit of space, but he couldn't get to the box, and after the slip, all went out of bounds.
So Andromeda with possession. Jake Lanier with a shot that's going to go wide.
It's a good initial play just to put some pressure in the end of River Plate.
Well, it looks like we've got our clock issues settled. We've played 4.5 minutes here. 45-minute halves in the Super Group. Each team is allowed 6 substitutions. 2 yellow cards will get you a red and also disqualified from the next match.
And it's important to show well in this first match, because basically in the format, they only take 4 teams to the playoff elimination round in 3 brackets. So basically a loss all but eliminates you from advancing, or at least forces you to get 2 victories in next pool play.
Andromeda has a player spilled. And in all honesty, number 18 is not on our roster, so
that's Carrizo.
At the top of the D, a bicycle kick. Chasing it down is Ojeda. Well, Andromeda's got an 18 on the pitch, and we don't have an 18 on our roster. So, and there you see him in the midfield. So we'll try to get that figured out. Throw in upcoming.
It's 2-on-1 action, no foul called, so it looks like officials in the early going letting them bump and grind a little bit. Actually are. See if they're going to call a foul. They are. So an early opportunity, our first free kick of the match.
Okay, well, we've had a little, and we apologize, a little confusion here. Andromeda is in the dark blue today, and River Plate is in the black and white.
So Smith's service, wow, right into the box, but a nice play by Ojeda.
So here comes River Plate on the attack. No score as we enter the 8th minute of play. So Andromeda wearing the navy blue today. Here comes River Plate. At the 18-yard line, won by Andromeda.
Cross looked like it might be dangerous when it came off his boot, but then it floated harmlessly, and Andromeda now trying to go on the attack.
Montoya taking off his feet. And it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah, Haynes had the ball in the middle, but I don't know if he thought somebody was on the wing and was trying to put a pass there, but he miskicked that pretty hard.
Here's the goal kick. Sent out to midfield. Out of play. Sloppy play that time for River Plate. Controlling for Andromeda is Dylan Powers. Back into touch. Well, it's been a rough start for everybody involved here as we enter the 9th minute.
Teams still trying to feel each other out. Nobody looking like they're mounting any sort of pressure.
Meanwhile, Andromeda with possession. Neither team's really been able to boast controlling the run of play here.
Nice job by Smith in the back line. One mistake back there against this tough Argentinian squad. Probably puts one in the net.
Daniel Hahn turns it over to Alberto Garau. Now Andromeda wins the ball back. Hahn has it. Into touch. It'll be a throw-in.
Hahn doing everything he can to try and turn it. The ball got away from him.
River Plate will put it in play. Thrown in by Spravati.
Nice job by Powers to go up. It's probably a little risky to go up with a high boot just 6 yards away from the penalty box, but he got away with it and put it over touch.
In the corner for Bernacchi, out of play. Goal kick. Andromeda. In goal for Andromeda is Reed Dillard. Gonzalo Ojeda in goal for River Plate.
And neither has been challenged in the first 10 minutes of this match.
Again into touch. A lot of throw-in action, a lot of action along the boundaries here so far early on. We've played just over 10 minutes. Spravati, collision, play on. Spravati plays it square. Finds Garau. Won by Andromeda's defense. Garau won it back for the moment. Again, an exchange of possessions. Ryan Morales there defensively. Into the area, deflected, kept in play for the moment, but Striffler sends it into touch.
Like Andromeda tried to get a little fancy and just didn't clear it, and then allowed the ball to get in the box. They finally do for the throw-in.
Oh, and it just sneaks past the keeper there as we enter the 12th minute of play.
Was that Carrizo just found himself in the right spot and tried to go to the near post and just put it a couple of yards wide.
Another look at it there. Still a scoreless tie in the 12th minute of play. And we can't seem to get any fluid action going here.
Dillard's goal kick got picked up by the wind and just sailed over touch.
That goes off the head of Jonathan Smith. And it'll be another throw in. Smith will put this in play for Andromeda.
Yeah, foul up the back on Spravati went over. So first free kick, well, second free kick, I guess, for Andromeda here.
Andromeda will get the free kick. This is as good an opportunity as they've had. Jonathan Smith on the ball.
Last time he put it into the box, but right into Ojeda's mitts.
Smith drives it right into the middle of the area, headed away by Carrizo. He's been very active for River Plate here early on. Andromeda in blue, River Plate in white, and that ball sails out of play. We're in the 13th minute, still a scoreless tie. There's been few chances for either side.
Before that ball went over the touch, they say it was offside, so it'll be another free kick for Andromeda.
Controlling the ball is Dylan Powers. Powers works his way up the middle. He'll take a shot from distance. Couldn't catch all of it, but he's got a man there. Samuel Haynes, unable to finish.
Oh, first touch from Haynes, just dribbled to the keeper. He was onside. It was a beautiful ball, and he's gonna have nightmares about that. If he gets the touch with the control, he'll go around Ojeda for the easy goal. He's not going to get that opportunity again.
Andromeda will have a throw in. Powers will put it in play. Now Powers will leave it behind, and Chad Caldwell will throw it in.
I think it was Powers who played the ball into Haynes on that last sequence. Powers is their leading goal scorer, but he almost got a nice assist on that one.
Also the son of the coach, Michael Powers, who Sidekicks fans will remember from his indoor soccer days. A nice block there.
It was Caldwell.
It sets up a goal kick.
Excuse me, that was Caldwell who got his body on it but couldn't keep it in.
So Reed Dillard with the goal kick. Drives it right up the middle of the field. That's a pretty good goal kick with that wind in his face. River Plate with possession in Andromeda territory. Got a man making a run up the left side. That's Bravati. Played into space and cleared into touch. That's a nice defensive play that time by Ryan McDuff.
McDuff is the son of the manager, Jeff McDuff, also co-captain. Plano High senior, and also played American football in addition to football.
Again into touch, setting up another throw in as we've played 15 minutes, still a scoreless tie, and can't really say that either side has momentum right now. Spravati will put it in play.
Each team has had a chance, but hasn't been able to convert in the early going.
Thrown into the area. Andromeda will just let their keeper handle it. Reed Dillard.
It was Bernacci who headed it on, but nobody home. Easy play for Dillard to make.
Dillard drives it beyond halfway. And the keeper comes out and lands on top of the ball. That's Gonzalo Ojeda.
I'm not sure if that was a smart play by River Plate, and I'm not sure if that was Damasio or who was back there, but he just decided to let the keeper take it. That was a little bit dangerous.
River Plate running right to left. Trying to get a early goal here against Andromeda, the home side. Square ball deflected, intended for Spravati, intercepted, and making a run up the right side. Daniel Hahn looking for a target, plays it square, and his pass is picked off by Carrizo. Long ball up the right side. Montoya traps it, plays it into the area, and it'll be cleared by Andromeda, but straight up the chute, not a great clearance. Andromeda still able to control it. Nice one-touch pass by Dylan Powers to the left side. Finds Sewell Streifler. Whistle and a foul. Stops play. And we'll have a restart for Andromeda.
Looks like it was Smith and Alejandro Bernacci who were battling for it. They're going to say Bernacci went to the pitch, and that was actually Bernacci who fell. They're going to call the foul on Smith. So twin fouls in about a 30-second spot, and a restart coming up for River Plate.
Good look at Bernacci there. Carrizo with the restart.
You see Jonathan Smith, a McKinney High School senior, listed at 155. Looks like he's a little bit bulkier than that.
155, he'd get blown away in this wind, wouldn't he? Long ball to the top of the 6-yard box and parried away. Headed by Hahn.
I'm not sure how much Dillard got on that. That might have been off the head of a River Plate player.
Sliding tackle sends the ball into touch. Grant Van de Castile making the play defensively. River Plate unable to get any kind of shot off as it's poked into touch. Throw in for River Plate out of Argentina. At the 6-yard box, batted away by Jonathan Smith. Right back in, scooped up by Reed Dillard.
Already Jonathan Smith has been a force on that back line for Andromeda. A couple of dangerous balls. He's been right there.
Smith to Powers. Taken off his feet. Restart for Andromeda. Jonathan Smith restarts play. Hahn on the near side. Little give and go. Working with Caldwell. Back to Hahn. Intercepted. Hahn trying to win the ball back from Garau. It'll be a throw in for River Plate.
Thought that was last touch by a River Plate player. They're giving them the throw in.
Struggling to find a target. Up the touchline, headed away by Hahn. Getting a foot on it that time was Jonathan Smith, and Smith controls for Andromeda. Streifler with a short ball to Haynes, who plays to the left side. Chipped into the area, and that'll go over the end line out of play.
Caldwell trying to get to it, but really didn't have much of a chance.
In the 20th minute of play, still looking for our first goal of the game.
I got to say, after watching the previous match, this was with Dallas Texans Red taking on Sao Paulo out of Brazil. It was the Brazilians routing the Texans. It was a final of 7-0, and the Brazilians pretty much took control from the opening kick. Much more even matchup with the North Texans and the South Americans in this match.
And an opportunity gone off the foot that time of Samuel Haynes. It'll be a throw-in for River Plate out of Argentina. Another matchup of a South American side against a North Texas side. But Andromeda putting up a good battle here against the Argentinian side.
See that clear hung up in the wind and gave Andromeda a chance to get under it, and they're trying to mount another attack.
That ball will just balloon in this wind. And again, poor touch there. Gets away from Andromeda. Hahn hoping to push it forward. Instead, sets up a throw-in for River Plate. And that ball's into touch.
Rare mistake by Smith in this first half.
Another throw-in. Still scoreless in the 21st minute.
This game will air on Metro Sports Channel 185, and then it will be available for 60 days on Time Warner Cable Video on Demand, a free service to all Time Warner Cable digital customers. To watch a match on demand, all you do is go to Channel 634, select the DallasCup folder, and pick your match. For the schedule of today's match and future great sporting events on Metro Sports, check out the program guide on Channel 185 or log on to metrosportstexas.com. Metro Sports, your team here.
So a throw-in coming up, but right now there's an injury on the pitch. Player is shaken up. That happened away from the ball.
Right, the ball was just along the touchline and somebody trying to get in position. Once again, as you see the clock running, if necessary, the official will add injury time at the end of the half, and if it stays the way it is, I'm sure we'll see a minute or two added because of this.
Clock never stops in soccer, and then the officials add on whatever time they deem necessary. 45-minute halves in the Super Group. Super Group is divided into 3 brackets of 4 teams each. Everybody's assured of at least 3 games. The top 3 teams advance. The player shaken up is David Spravati, who's been an active player here in the first half. Appears to be all right.
Of course, you don't want to come out because you can't come back in. No free substitution. They do get 6 subs, but once you're in, well, once you're out, and he will step over the touchline for now and take his time.
They'll play a man short here for the time being.
Official has to bring him back in.
And the official now allows him to come back onto the pitch. River Plate controls possession. Hahn has it now for Andromeda to Caldwell. Caldwell keeps the ball in play. Trying to spin away from Spravati. Gets taken down.
That's a great ball movement by Caldwell. He was double teamed most of the whole time, but he managed to keep control and drew the foul.
Jonathan Smith will restart play for Andromeda. Smith driving the ball inside the 18. A header goes over the goal. It bounces off the noggin of Samuel Haynes.
Haynes already with 3 goals on the year for Andromeda's season, which started back in September. He's a senior at McKinney Boyd. Couldn't really control that one.
Gonzalo Ojeda with the goal kick. As River Plate tries to go on the attack. Foul on River Plate. Andromeda with a restart in the 24th minute. Andromeda in the navy blue. Played out wide for Hahn. Hahn, he'll take a shot at the far netting, but it won't get there. Ojeda flags it.
in this win, might as well put a shot up there and make the keeper work. Ojeda hasn't done a lot of work thus far.
Bernacchi could not get that clean header for River Plate. Andromeda got possession, but Hahn can't control along the touch line. And now a throw in for River Plate. Jonathan Smith fires it right back into River Plate territory. One defender back and a bicycle kick from Dalmaschio.
Got to give credit to Andromeda. They're taking it to River Plate. They tried to do something with that series, but couldn't get a shot on goal.
We're on the ball right now for Andromeda, or for River Plate, I should say. River Plate moving into Andromeda territory, but the flag comes up. In the 26th minute, still a scoreless tie, and there haven't been a lot of chances for either side.
It's Ryan Morales who went down and drew the foul, and it's fortuitous for Andromeda. It looks like River Plate was making some headway with some good individual ball movement.
In the 26th minute of play, Andromeda looks to penetrate deep into River Plate territory and get a scoring chance. Not this time. River Plate clears. Andromeda will control in their own end.
That's what I mean about Andromeda getting a little too fancy. It was a break for Andromeda. I'm not sure if that was Hahn back. He probably should have just cleared the ball. And they get a break with the foul call, but excuse me, that was
Chad Caldwell made a really nice play there, though, after a little sloppy ball handling.
I'm sure Coach McDuff just makes him cringe when they try and control the ball on the touch line and then turn it over instead of just clearing it.
Along the touch line again, River Plate plays it into Andromeda territory. River Plate controls. Bernacchi on the ball. Gives it up for Garau. Back to Bernacchi. Garau has it. Looking for support. Plays it square to Carrizo. Play to the 18, controlled by the Andromeda defense.
Andromeda keeping a lot of players back. They know that River Plate can be dangerous if you give them some openings. So more players back there, the less chance they can find an opening. So far, it's worked.
Very important for Andromeda to keep their shape and stay behind the ball.
And this could be the first chance for River Plate.
Definitely getting spilled on the play. Setting up this restart is Jorge Almada.
That was Curtis, guilty of the foul, and tried to plead his case, but it was pretty obvious. And now, first dangerous chance for River Plate.
See who takes this kick. Looks like Gaston Villarreal is lining up for this free kick. Andromeda's got a four-man wall set up at the 18. The shot bounces off the chest of Dillard, but he's able to corral it and keep it out of harm's way. In the 28th minute, still scoreless.
It will look like a dangerous situation. Turned out to be kind of a harmless shot. Well played by Dillard.
Andromeda trying to bring it out of their own end. Hahn, the target on the right side. Plays it back for Curtis. Wesley Curtis pushes it forward. Curtis looking for a man on the left side as he switches the attack. Chested down by Haynes. Now a shot, and that sails over the goal off the right foot of Sewell Streifler.
Streifler with 3 goals on the season. Might have done well to settle at that time. He had a little bit of space. He may have been able to take a touch and put it closer on goal. Ojeda just watched it soar over.
So a goal kick here for Gonzalo Ojeda. That ball held up by the wind, and a 50-50 ball in the air, controlled by River Plate. Jorge Almada. Almada switches it to the left side. Running up on it is Pravati. Pravati feeds it to the left side for Bernacchi. Bernacchi sends it inside the area on the right side, and the target unable to get a right toe on it, trying to poke it toward the goal.
It's the first real good build that we've seen for River Plate. That was Villarreal on the far side. A little bit too short for that one, but nice ball movement, and they actually sent a cross in. Turned up going over the goal line and resulting in a goal kick for Dillard.
Reed Dillard sends it beyond halfway. River Plate controls. Sloppy play into touch by Jorge Almada.
Get the feeling in the first 30 minutes that if the game stays the way it is, it's going to be one quirky ball, one turnover, something like that to give either side a shot that might result in the first goal, because neither team is building much, neither team applying constant pressure.
Haynes unable to win the ball for Andromeda. And then it's poked into touch by Sewell Streifler. Throw in for River Plate. In the 31st minute of action, still no score. The other two teams in this bracket, CF Monterey and the Vancouver Whitecaps. This is bracket C. 3 4-team brackets. The winner of each bracket advances, as well as one wild card into the semifinals in Dr. Pepper DallasCup 30. And how the DallasCup has grown, and this facility has certainly taken it to another level. As a foul is called in the midfield, Andromeda will have a free kick.
So teams from 18 different countries. As you see, just a quick little foul, not much contact, but official got the whistle out anyway.
Jonathan Smith played it to the top of the D, where River Plate wins possession in their own end.
For both teams, it seems like they've had the most success when they have kept it on the ground, and this wind is wreaking some havoc with the crosses.
Nice job winning the ball there by Vanda Castile for Andromeda. River Plate goes on the attack, pushing it forward. Dillard will make the stop on the near post as Jonathan Guerra takes the shot.
It's kind of what I was talking about. A couple of misplays by Andromeda in the back line, and Guerra had a shot on the side. It was well played by Dillard. Didn't have much of an angle, but had that been a little bit more square, it might have been trouble.
Powers called for the ball and got it. Now Haynes has it for Andromeda. Up top, it's Morales. Poked away from Morales, who's now double teamed. Maintains possession, however, finds Powers. Powers will drive it wide right into the bleachers behind the goal.
I thought Morales had just committed a silly turnover in the middle of the field, but give credit, he did not give up on it, even though he was double teamed, and he got it to his teammate Powers, and shot sailed well high.
Still scoreless in the 33rd minute, but the action's starting to pick up a little bit. Boy, those goal kicks coming from that end are just tough. The wind just holds them up. Headed by Hahn.
Like it might have been a handball, but no call on Haynes. He's got the ball now.
Loses it. River Plate controls. With it is Villarreal. Up the middle of the pitch. River Plate having trouble getting out of their own end at the moment. They play it out wide on the left side for Spravati. Spravati up the touchline to Bernacchi. And into touch, a throw in.
Off the boot of Smith, so now River Plate with a chance at the Andromeda end.
Spravati with the throw in. Into the area. Tight defense by Andromeda. Pushing the ball out wide. And Andromeda will clear it up, but not out. It'll go into touch. It'll be a throw in for River Plate.
Again, that's Smith.
Yeah, Jonathan Smith has been playing some excellent defense for Andromeda. Spravati with the throw in. Ball comes back towards Spravati, but it's cleared away by Wesley Curtis of Andromeda. Curtis with a header to get it beyond halfway. Villarreal is there for River Plate. Chasing it down for Andromeda is Vanda Castile, and he goes down. A free kick coming up.
Holding his back. Just trying to get to the ball and got run over on the back. Really kind of an easy call. I'm going to get Bernacchi for that. Now the official's actually signaling for some assistance from the sideline.
It didn't look like that much. It didn't look like brutal contact by any stretch of the imagination, but clearly shaken up here.
Could have just fallen incorrectly, pulled his back muscle or something. Copies of tonight's match and all of the other Dallas Cup matches we've covered on Metro Sports can be purchased through our website, www.metrosportstexas.com, or you can call 817-522-5302. You can see the complete list of Dallas Cup matches we've covered on the website, metrosportstexas.com. Metro Sports, your team here.
Well, still some concern here for Andromeda with a player down. And again, all of the time that's running off the clock now will be made up with extra time at the end of the half. We'll probably have quite a bit of extra time.
Yeah, it looks like there was contact. It's the way he fell.
It's the landing here that I think causes the problem.
Yeah, the contact was just slight. You land on your side, his legs were kind of flailed out.
Clearly sees in pain there. A lot of times soccer players are accused of, hamming it up a little bit, but I don't think that's the case here.
No, definitely not.
See some of the Andromeda fans in the stands.
Got a great tradition here in North Texas. Anybody who knows their soccer knows Andromeda at all levels.
Andromeda scored a big upset in this tournament a year ago. As you see Grant Van de Castile trying to shake it off.
Play a man down for now. It's nice to see him on his feet.
River Plate will try to take advantage as they break through the defense until they get to the top of the D, and then Andromeda really clamps down on Daniel Carrizo.
Carrizo having trouble getting up. I don't know what the call was.
Carrizo shaking up. He may have got kicked in the mouth. Boy, at this rate, we're going to have a lot of stoppage time at the end of the half, which is 9 minutes away, roughly. And a yellow card issued to Carrizo.
I don't know if it was for a dive or if he was high kicking while he was on the ground, but Carrizo gets booked, the first booking of the match.
So Andromeda will have a referee drop here.
Well, that's talk about a bad day is when you're attacking, then 3 defenders around you, you go to the ground, you get bloodied and get booked. That's what happened to Carrizo.
50-50 ball at midfield. River Plate unable to control. Andromeda has possession. Hahn on the near side. Played back to Johnson. One-touch pass for Hahn. Hahn gets spilled. Winning the ball is Spravati for River Plate. Now Caldwell trying to make a run on the ball, can't get there. Spravati, he loses his footing and the ball goes into touch.
Wow. That looked like a bit of a dive. It looked like he lost his footing well after contact, but earns them the free kick.
Here's the crowd and their reaction. Spravati will have the free kick.
Well, it looks like from the replay he did fall, and it might have been caused by the contact, but it certainly wasn't on the step after the contact.
At the top of the 18, a glancing header, and this will be cleared, nicely so by Hahn. And with pressure coming from Samuel Haynes, it's an easy play for Gonzalo Ojeda. River Plate moves into Andromeda territory on the right side. They haven't really been able to attack from either flank so far.
Well, Andromeda is not keeping players. I think they have 2 forward, but it looks like most of the time only 1, and Haynes is even remotely forward.
There's a block by Van de Castile, who's back in the game after that injury. Ryan Dillard.
Say it didn't hit him because it will be a goal kick. it's good to see Van de Castile back out there on the pitch.
Dillard with a low drive. It seemed like a good idea until Jonathan Guerra stepped in front of it. Guerra on the right side. Guerra will play it back as River Plate tries to mount something. Here's a long ball to the top of the 6. And Dillard has it and quickly rolls it in front of his teammate. And making a run up the near side is Hahn. Daniel Hahn plays it to the middle of the pitch for Morales. Swung to the left side. And a little bit of a sloppy play there as it's turned over to River Plate. River Plate will play a long ball. Ryan McDuff chases it down. He'll let Dillard play it.
And more than once, Andromeda, when they've been in the attacking side of the field, they've tried to move the ball a couple of times and just given it, really turned it over. Haven't had a chance to get a good shot on goal.
Morales looking for a target moving up the left side. And for whatever reason, Streifler cut off his run. And River Plate clears it into touch.
The only semi-chances that Andromeda has been from balls that have bounced around and ended up on the feet while in River Plate's territory.
So here comes Andromeda trying to break this scoreless tie. And inside the goal box making the catch is Gonzalo Ojeda.
And who served it? Jonathan Smith on offense that time with a nice cross.
Andromeda getting contributions from everybody here in the first half, standing toe-to-toe right now with River Plate in the first game of group play.
Now we're in that last 5 minutes of regular time plus whatever stoppage time, and can be a dangerous period for either squad. They're a little bit tired. They've got to stay mentally tough, and that's when sometimes the ball can bounce in weird ways.
Well, I would think we're going to have quite a bit of extra time. We've had a couple of injury timeouts. We'll have a restart here. A free kick for Andromeda.
I'm keeping track of restarts, but Andromeda has had the bulk of them in this first half.
Morales plays it out for Jonathan Smith. Smith, who's played very well here in the first half, plays it short on the ground, back for Morales to Powers. Powers plays it back to Caldwell. Caldwell up the middle of the field. One-touch pass intended for Powers. Powers is there at the top of the D. Now a shot and a goal! And Andromeda is struck first. A little bit of a surprise. Andromeda gets the first goal.
Certainly surprised Gonzalo Ojeda in goal. And it's beautiful inside. And again, it was Samuel Haynes on the goal, his 4th of the season. Found himself with the ball dribbling, and he did a nice job not to touch. He just turned and fired it at the goal, and it was a perfect line just inside the post past Ojeda.
Samuel Haynes has given Andromeda a 1-0 lead over River Plate of Argentina.
And like I said, it's the last 5 minutes of a half, and I don't know if it was a mental mistake by River Plate's back line or if the ball just bounced perfectly onto Haynes' boot, but he did a nice job and ended up with getting booked for a celebration. He ran over to the crowd and celebrated a little too much, so he's got a yellow card in addition to a goal.
Now that won't please Mike Powers whatsoever, but nonetheless, Andromeda's got a 1-0 lead. Now when's the other time to look for a goal, CJ? Right after a goal is scored. So let's see what happens here with 2 more minutes of scheduled time and then whatever extra time is added. Ball goes into touch. It'll be a throw in for Andromeda.
That's a huge break for Andromeda because, like I said before, they weren't really having any coordinated attacks, but they got a ball squirted into the right place and converted. The one chance they've had, they've converted. That's only their second shot on goal.
River Plate with possession, looking now for an equalizer after falling behind 1-0. Reed Dillard says, not now, boys, as he comes off his line to grab that one and distributes to the right side.
It was a good read because right there, I think it was Bernacchi was right there in the middle waiting for that cross.
Morales in the midfield plays it to the left side for Andromeda. We're in the 45th minute, but again, we should have extra time. Haynes can't control it with the first touch. Headed down by Wesley Curtis.
It's like we're going to have 2 minutes of additional time.
Well, I'm surprised we don't have a little bit more than that, actually. That is what the official indicates, as River Plate has possession now in the middle third. Long ball lifted up the left side for Bernacchi. Bernacchi draws a double team, trying to dribble out of traffic and turns the ball over. And there's another great play by Jonathan Smith. Smith will push this one forward himself, all the way to the halfway stripe. Smith gets the return pass, back to Powers. Contact made on Powers, right in the middle of the field. And it'll be a free kick restart for Andromeda.
Again, not a whole lot of contact, but Jorge Almada called for it.
Oh, River Plate wins the ball in the midfield here, able to go on the attack. Dangerous. Oh, what a save by Reed Dillard just to kick that one out of harm's way, but has to retreat back toward his line because River Plate stays on the attack.
That was the closest thing to an equalizer that River Plate has had, and that's their best chance as well.
Could have got Wesley Curtis for a shirt tug there, but it's play on.
A rare breakdown by the back line in that last sequence for Andromeda. Almost forced it, almost made him pay, but a nice play by Dillard.
An exchange of headers here. River Plate finally wins possession. River Plate trying to weave through that Andromeda defense as Powers takes a spill, gets tripped up. It'll be a restart for River Plate.
About halfway through the allotted stoppage time.
Doral on the ball, plays it into the area. Dillard scoops it up at the top of the 6-yard box.
Guerra a little bit disgusted that he couldn't get a boot on it because he was there onside facing Dillard, but the ball a little bit too far away from him.
Knocked down by Villarino. Played to the left side for Bernacchi. Bernacchi plays it back to the middle. That was a poor first touch by Streifler, sent straight up in the air. But Andromeda has possession. Hahn pushes it up the right side. Hahn has Haynes to his right, wide. Haynes will make a run toward the ball, can't catch up to it. Samuel Haynes, the goal scorer, unable to get to this one. And that's going to do it for the first half of play at Pizza Hut Park. Our score is Andromeda 1, CA River Plate 0. You're watching Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup 30 on Time Warner Cable Metro Sports.
Remember when we were fascinated by this sound? Racing onto the internet through a
dial-up phone modem. Woo! We thought that was fast.
Until competition came from cable and they set the internet on fire.
Goopy!
Movies and music and pictures.
Just like that.
Cable fixed TV.
The internet.
And now phones.
En un solo pago. Cable competes.
We win.
Check this out, yo. Not bad, huh?
Whatever, my team is still number one.
That's the game.
We play fantasy soccer. We've got to catch every game we can. With HD service from Time Warner Cable, we get slamming picture and sound and plenty of HD channels to choose from. I'm a fantasy soccer diehard.
With HD service from Time Warner Cable, you've got the power to be 100% you. Time Warner Cable, the power of you.
Andromeda leading River Plate of Argentina 1-0 as we get set to start the second half at Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup 30 at Pizza Hut Park. It's the opening game of group play, and Andromeda from North Texas took the lead on that strike from Samuel Haynes, but then he also got yellow carded for this celebration. So one more yellow card and Haynes would be disqualified from this match, and one more yellow card would disqualify him from the next match as well. So he has to be careful as he got carded for excessive celebration. Meanwhile, play resumes in the second half. River Plate of Argentina in the white with the black shorts and the red trim, moving left to right, moving with the wind at their back, and find themselves trailing 1-0 after that Haynes goal. Hard to say that goal came against the run of play because a lot of the play in the first half was in the midfield.
That's right, and not a lot of chances for either team. But my prediction is with Club Atletico River Plate, with the wind at their back in the second half and with the goal deficit, a lot more play going to be in the Club Andromeda end.
Carrizo sends it to the top of the 6-yard box. And
I think their high kick is what they're calling.
It'll set up a goal kick here for Reed Dillard, who had a really nice first half of play with a couple of nice saves.
That was the first corner kick of the match. No corners in the first half.
Gives you a sense of the type of half we had. Neither team spent a lot of time in the attacking third, though River Plate trying to put the pressure on Andromeda now, trailing 1-0. But the Andromeda defense has been stout, and they win possession here.
He's led by that man with the ball right now, Jonathan Smith. He's been stout on the back line.
Smith trying to find McDuff in the midfield. Played now to the left side. Streifler moving up the left wing, but Vanda Castile can't find him. Now makes the pass for Caldwell, taken away by River Plate. Cleared beyond halfway. Guerrero with the header. Knocks it toward the near touchline, out of play, a throw-in for Andromeda.
You mentioned the booking for Haynes on the celebration. The only other yellow card came for River Plate on Carrizo. Happened right in front of Reed Dillard's box.
Powers with a pretty nice back heel there to get the ball to Caldwell. Now the ball sent out of play. It'll be a throw-in for River Plate. The South American side trailing 1-0 as we play in the 48th minute.
And I have a feeling that Coach or the manager McDuff is going to have all of his players back. Not all of them, of course, but they're going to be very defensively focused and not going to send a whole lot of runs up, maybe try and counterattack and get a second goal if necessary. But they're going to be very defensive minded in this second half for Andromeda.
So another throw in here as Vanda Castile will put it in play for Andromeda. Backheeled by Haynes. Caldwell trying to split the defense. It's cut off from the ball, and it's cleared by Ojeda, the keeper. Cleared up but not out. Sent back inside the area by Powers. Ojeda once again grabs hold of it.
Well, that was a pretty good imaginative play attempt by Andromeda with the back heel into the box. Didn't work, but I think that's going to at least make River Plate think a little bit when the ball is in their end, because that's not something I would have expected from Andromeda. Definitely would have expected it from River Plate.
Morales was unable to get under there, but Andromeda is able to send it into River Plate territory where Ojeda grabs it near the 18. Distributes up the right side for Villarreal. Villarreal at halfway. Plays a short ball on the ground. Now Montoya has it. Montoya is dispossessed by Streifler. Whistle stops play, and a free kick coming up for River Plate.
Say Stifler caused the contact. It was a nice play by Powers to use his backside to block that one cross.
Here's a shot from distance. Dillard has it covered up.
I think we're going to see a couple more shots from distance now that they have the wind at their back. That
was about a 45-yard strike.
Yeah, when you have wind at your back, you can do something like that. River Plate hasn't done much of that in the first half, but expect to see a lot of that in the second.
Ojeda has it nodded back toward him, and he's able to quickly put it deep into Andromeda territory. Andromeda trying to get it cleared, but skips off the boot of Chad Caldwell into touch for a throw-in for Montoya and River Plate. Montoya throws it into the area, headed away, and again into touch, but last touch by River Plate. It's a throw-in for Andromeda. Vanda Castile will put it in play for Andromeda.
Be important for the back line to continue to play mistake-free soccer Time they win the restart.
Powers is fouled, quickly restarts and switches the attack to the right side for Jonathan Smith. To Caldwell, to Powers. Back to Morales. Smith will get it at halfway on the far side to Morales, to Caldwell, back to Smith. Smith chips it to Powers in the midfield. Powers will play it back to the Andromeda defense.
River Plate run a little bit.
Powers gets it back. Van de Castile runs up on it, moving up the left touch line. Van de Castile approaching the 18, plays it to Powers, back to Van de Castile, tried to back heel it, moving to his right. Ojeda covers it up.
That's the best build of the afternoon for Andromeda. Took a long time, went back and forth across the field, and actually got a good ball, but stopped nicely by Ojeda.
Bernacchi unable to make a play. River Plate maintains possession. Morales on the ball for Andromeda. It's a corner kick for River Plate. And as you mentioned earlier, CJ, we haven't had a lot of corners in this game.
So we haven't really had all that many set pieces with chances for either squad. A couple for River Plate.
Villarreal will take this corner kick.
Wind will be blowing it at the goal.
Right-footed kicks into the top of the 6. Haynes trying to win the ball for Andromeda, unable to do so. Now Haynes does clear it to halfway, where River Plate controls. Almada has it. He plays it into space up the left side, headed by Jonathan Smith of Andromeda. Falls at the feet of Wesley Curtis. Up the middle for Powers. Powers under pressure. Loses the ball at midfield, dispossessed. River Plate controls. Villarreal on the ball, draws the double team, feeds it to the middle of the pitch for Garau. Swung out wide now to Montoya. Montoya will chip it inside the 18 where it's headed, and a goal! And we're tied 1-1.
It's Daniel Carrizo, backside, right on his head and put it far away from Dillard. Didn't have much of a chance at it.
Well, looked harmless enough at the beginning of this play. One header to another. And we're tied 1-1.
That might change Andromeda's plans a little bit. They were hoping to maybe have the lead a little bit longer, but now just about 8 minutes into the second half, the equalizer comes. And fellow Argentinian team cheering on their mates. That's the under-14 team also competing in the Dallas Cup.
Andromeda's got a player shaken up, limping toward the sideline. And it looks like Mike Powers will make a substitution here.
That'll be the first substitution.
So the man coming out is Chad Caldwell, who's been very active.
Looks like they're going to send the sub in, and Matthew Bewley is going to come in before play starts again. He's kind of tall at 6'2", got a couple of goals on the season.
So Bewley, the first substitution, and it's because of injury. There's Mike Powers, known as Mr. Defense when he played indoor soccer for the Sidekicks. And his team has put up a good defensive effort today, but they're now tied 1-1 in the 55th minute.
And they've handled most everything on the ground in the box, but that time, as you said, it was header to header. And they couldn't do anything with it, and now they draw the foul in their own end.
Andromeda had taken the lead on a Samuel Haynes goal late in the first half, only to have Carrizo tie it up with that header here early in the second half. The Andromeda defense trying to deny entry into the area, and they do. Morales, however, is dispossessed. Spravati wins the ball for River Plate. Now Andromeda controls in their own end. Powers in the midfield. Trying to get the ball to Bewley. As the whistle sounds, the foul is called. Looking for the quick restart is McDuff. To Morales. Morales plays it wide. Bewley makes a run now into the box. Draws two defenders. at the byline, in trouble.
See if he can earn a corner.
Good defense by River Plate. Up the middle of the pitch for Almada. Carrizo's out there limping on the pitch. Another whistle. And Andromeda earns the free kick restart. Here's a look at the previous action.
Yeah, if you put the foot that high, you're going to draw a
Get
foul.
those spikes up, and referee's going to call it every time. Ryan McDuff drives this ball deep up the left side, trying to find Streifler. Streifler's there on the byline. Streifler just slings a man out of play, and he may get carded. At least a warning.
And Streifler talking with the official. Yep.
There's the card.
Gets booked.
So we'll take a look at this again.
It's kind of an easy call to make. He had no position, got his foot on it. Oh, yeah, a hand in the face.
Yeah, that last bit of action is what got him the card.
It was on Bernacchi, who's got his face ripped off by Stifler. So Stifler gets a card.
Driving the goal kick is Gonzalo Ojeda. Morales tried to win the ball for Andromeda, but Garau had it for River Plate. Play to the middle of the pitch. Here's Montoya. Montoya dispossessed. That's a great play. And making a run is McDuff up the middle of the pitch. Finds Powers. Powers slams into a defender and loses the ball.
Lots of contact, but just good defense. No foul call.
And that's a good no call. River Plate trying to work through traffic here. Garau lays it off for the left side. Diagonal aerial, trying to find Bernacchi on the near side. Bernacchi racing Van de Castile to the ball. Nice cross, but unable to finish that time is Jonathan Guerra.
It was Jonathan Smith who was right there. Got a foot on it, caused the corner.
Corner kick from the right side.
You see Coach Powers seeing his team having to play a lot more defense in the second half.
Villarreal drives it to the back post. Andromeda trying to clear it, sent straight up in the air. Villarreal underneath it for River Plate. Villarreal can't weave his way through the traffic, and it's knocked into touch by Wesley Curtis. Quick restart on the throw-in. Van de Castile heads it away. There's Jonathan Smith making another nice play for Andromeda. Haynes unable to take the ball away for Andromeda. River Plate controls in Andromeda's half of the field. At the edge of the attacking third, sent wide to the right side. Now switch, and that ball will stay in play.
There's nobody home on that cross. You've already seen how a couple of these balls the wind has taken it. One of those crosses by Andromeda just went straight up and actually went back toward the goal.
River Plate moving in deep, and it'll be a free kick here.
Smith looked like just got a little bit too physical.
Well, this will be a golden scoring opportunity for River Plate. This is even better than a corner kick. A chance to take the lead. Dillard grabs it after a deflection.
That was dangerous. He didn't get it initially. And there's been a couple of balls at Dillard that he hasn't fielded cleanly. That time he got the lucky bounce off one of his teammates' heads.
Nice sliding tackle to win the ball away from Powers. River Plate with control now. And the whistle is going to sound as Ryan McDuff tripped up his man. And writhing on the ground right now.
That's Almada.
Yep, Jorge Almada.
Just a little bit of contact. At first blush, it looked like it was a clean tackle, but he kind of ran through the ball, I think, and got some of Almada's leg. Yeah, oh, that's an easy call.
Well, here's another scoring opportunity for Club Atletico River Plate out of Argentina. A chance to take the lead in the 61st minute.
Again, they have the wind at their back. So in this particular instance, it favors Dillard because it's likely to loft the ball, maybe over the goal.
About 27 yards out on frame, but right into the hands of Reed Dillard. Dillard looking to distribute. Drives it beyond halfway, but the only man there is Garau of River Plate.
And Dillard's got a boot into the wind now, and that's going to give him some problems.
River Plate can't keep it away from Powers, who's been a real force in the midfield today. Driving it in the air is Streifler. Comes back toward Van de Castile. He knocks it down, but the whistle and the foul. The foul's on River Plate. A quick restart for Andromeda. Nutmeg there, and then getting spilled on the turf is Gaston Villarreal.
Now some substitutions coming in. A couple for Andromeda, Alexei Reyes and Nathan Dabrowski. Looks like Daniel Hahn will be one of the players coming off. We'll see who the other one is. I think it's Haynes.
McDuff.
Oh, it's Haynes, number 2. So the goal scorer is now off for Andromeda.
Inside the 18, headed away and cleared by Andromeda, cleared by Streifler. Up high in the air. A header that time for McDuff. Into touch, it'll be a throw in.
Now for Andromeda, you got their 2 forwards who are fresh legs, both subs, so we'll wait and see.
Now they called a foul, so it'll be a free kick.
Just saying, if Andromeda, let's see if they have maybe some fresh legs on that front line and maybe make some runs. Try and get this lead back.
Dillard with an aerial beyond halfway. Glancing header, Bewley chases it down. Bewley hit the post.
Wow.
He hit the crossbar. Real battle for possession here, won by Andromeda, but a foul.
Well, I didn't think Bewley had much of an angle.
I didn't either. I didn't think he had any chance to get that on frame, and he hit the post.
Just changed it down an errant ball and didn't let it get too far, and that was right over the keeper, right off the crossbar.
Nearly took the lead there. It stays a 1-1 tie off the woodwork.
And another corner.
Corner kick.
That's kind of how Andromeda scored its first goal, just a ball played into the area and a quick shot by Samuel Haynes, which got past Ojeda.
Villarreal will take this corner. He'll play it short to Carrizo. Carrizo at the byline, chips it. It's out of play. It'll be a goal kick here for Andromeda.
Let's see what Dillard does with it. Last time his goal kick floated up in the air and went right to River Plate about midfield.
This time, again, his goal kick is short of the intended target, which was Van de Castile, who's trying to win the ball. Now Powers comes over to help out. Morales wins it for Andromeda. To Powers, back heel to Morales. Morales with a nice spin move to shield off the defender, but is dispossessed anyway.
Oh, wow. They got a break on a foul.
They call Bewley for the foul there. You talk about a touch foul.
Maybe they're saying, yeah, maybe a little shove down, but the ball was already headed over the touchline.
Carrizo takes a shot from distance from about 30 yards away and sails it high and wide. Goal kick for Reed Dillard. 1-1 tie in the 65th minute at Pizza Hut Park. Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup 30 underway. This is Supergroup action, first day of pool play.
It's going to stay inbounds for Bewley.
Bewley holds it in the corner, waits for some support. Help's coming. He's got Powers at the top of the box, couldn't find him. River Plate with the wind at their back. They'll work with the ball in the air. Dillard calls off the help. Finds Vanda Castile to his left. Getting bumped down that time is Wesley Curtis. 50-50 header, won by River Plate. Another 50-50 ball. Andromeda controls. Powers. Nice pass up the left side, but offside's called. Bewley got behind the defense.
Another sub for Andromeda. Bradley Hunt coming in.
Number 11, Sewell Striffler.
And it'll be Striffler coming off. So Sewell Striffler, very active game. He's done for the day. That's the fourth sub.
And it seems like everybody for Andromeda has been active.
Yeah,
it's really been a team effort for Andromeda.
Well, and you're going to need it to beat this tough Argentinian side, and they haven't done that yet. They just pulled even.
Even the subs that have come in for Andromeda, like Bewley, have made contributions.
Bewley's already got iron. We'll see if he gets another shot at it later in the match.
Morales plays it up the left side to the sub Hunt. Here's Bewley. Bewley gets tripped up, no call.
The tackle was clean, but he's thinking he was pushed after the tackle, but official keeps his whistle in.
Powers unable to win the ball for Andromeda as River Plate controls on their side of halfway. Andromeda able to drop back defensively.
Now, I wouldn't expect River Plate to be the team playing on its heels, but for a lot of this second half, that's been the case.
That ball is out of play, and it should be a goal kick for Reed Dillard.
This game, by the way, will air on Metro Sports Channel 185, and then it will be available for 60 days on Time Warner Cable Video on Demand, a free service to all Time Warner digital cable customers. To watch a match on demand, go to Channel 634, select the Dallas Cup folder, and pick your match. If you want the schedule of the match that we're seeing now and future great sporting events in Metro Sports, check out the program guide on Channel 185 or log on to metrosportstexas.com. Metro Sports, your team here.
1-1 tie in the 68th minute at Pizza Hut Park. It's Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup 30, opening day of pool play. This is the super group Andromeda of Dallas of North Texas trying to hold off River Plate. Remember that in group play, 90 minutes is it. There is no overtime. A game can end in a tie. The winner from each group advances to the semifinals along with one wild card. 3 groups of 4 teams each in the super group. River Plate from the top of the D. Gets a strike, but it goes wide to the left.
That was excellent ball work throughout that sequence by the River Plate players. The shot was just a little bit wide.
Jorge Almada with this effort.
Perfectly set up for him, but had players in his face and pushed it left.
Reed Dillard lifts it up into the center circle. River Plate goes on the attack. Andromeda slow getting the defense back. They're going to need Dillard to bail him out, and he does.
Nice play by Dillard. Stay in the box after he got it. Would have had to drop it and boot it. Dillard, with only 1 loss on the season, 5-1-3, 4 shutouts. He won't get that one today. Get his 5th today.
All square, 1 each. River Plate ready to make another substitution here. Leandro Ortiz is coming into the game at the next opportunity. Morales with a header there into touch. River Plate will have a throw in. So Ortiz comes into the game. And taking a seat right now is Gaston Villarreal. Villarreal with a very busy afternoon.
Approaching the midway part of this second half, and with the exception of the goal from River Plate, had a couple more opportunities in the first half, but this team, neither team is dominating play. This could go either way.
Definitely a game to be won right now for either side.
That's a handball. To get Corral for it. So free kick for Andromeda.
Taking the free kick for Andromeda It'll be Bradley Hunt, the second half substitution. Hunt with the left foot, drives it on the ground, side booted toward the top of the 6-yard box, knocked down by Gonzalo Ojeda. Ojeda, sidewind delivery. McDuff gets under it for Andromeda. That'll go out of play. It'll be a throw in for River Plate.
Talked about the goal kicks. You saw the Ojeda's boot that time. It went halfway toward the box for River Plate, and kind of, I think, in the rest of the half, they may get some opportunities if he can get a good goal kick.
Alexei Reyes plays it up the right touchline, trying to find Bewley, but it's out of play. Tie game 1-1, 72nd minute at Pizza Hut Park. On a blustery day.
This is when both coaches, I think, are maybe thinking their strategies a little bit in terms of the entire tournament play. I mean, a tie is not the end of the world. You each get a point as that shot goes over the goal. You each get a point, and you continue with a good shot at winning your bracket. However, if you overplay and get a loss, you're really fighting uphill to advance. You're probably going to have to get 2 victories. So I don't want to say either the coaches are playing conservatively, but they're definitely not going to take any untoward chances.
Monterey and Vancouver ahead for these two teams in pool play. Ball comes to the left side. Hunt can't control it, but does get a throw in for Andromeda.
Saw Hunt calling for a high kick. Foul, didn't get it.
River Plate wins the ball for a moment, but Bewley steals it back for Andromeda. To Hunt. Hunt drives it to the top of the 6-yard box, where it's easily played by Ojeda. Ojeda with an aerial, the left of the center circle, knocked down by Guerra. Throw in Andromeda. Jonathan Smith will put it in play. Couldn't find his target, looking for Dombrowski. River Plate controls in the midfield. This is Ortiz. Bernacchi on the right side. Little give and go. Here's a shot just wide off the left foot of Leandro Ortiz.
Wow, Ortiz coming up off the bench, and that looked a little more dangerous at the end than it did at the beginning. Didn't look like he got much on it, but that was just on the perfect line and didn't miss by much.
I think Bernacchi was surprised that he took the shot. I think Bernacchi was expecting to get the ball back on that give and go. But Ortiz saw an opening and decided to take the shot. Dillard trying to get it to halfway, but that wind is just right in his face and very difficult to control that goal kick.
If I'm Dillard, I think even on goal kicks, I think you may want to consider playing them short a little bit, or at least a little bit more strategically, instead of trying to get the distance, because this wind is just knocking them down, and he's not getting any offense out of it at all.
River Plate gets the ball to the right side for Almada. Montoya in a real battle right now. Unable to keep the ball in play. It'll be a throw in. Great defense there by Bradley Hunt. Also there defensively, Wesley Curtis.
Just let Montoya kick it around a little too much, and one of his touches went out, but now they almost turn it over.
Curtis to Hunt. Hunt can't get that ball through the defense of River Plate. Here's a shot to the far netting, and Dillard runs into the post, punching that ball away. Dillard appears to be okay.
I think they're going to say it hit the post and went out, and wasn't, so it will be a goal kick, not a corner. We'll take a look at it.
But this has to knock the wind out of you if you're Dillard, doesn't it?
He didn't hit it completely square, but yeah.
It looked worse initially than it did on that replay.
That started with a defensive turnover. Haven't seen much of those for Andromeda, but that one almost gave them a 1-goal deficit.
You get the sense right now that River Plate's controlling the run of play, though, and that Andromeda is trying to fend off a furious effort here from the Argentinian side. Now Andromeda wins the ball in the midfield. See if they can't get this counterattack going. Bewley up the left side. Bewley into the corner. Bewley looking for some support. It's slow to come. Hunt gets it on the left side. Hunt swings it in, and at the 6-yard box it's caught by Ojeda. The River Plate keeper rolls it out for Carrizo.
That's a nice build, though, that time by Andromeda on the counterattack. They waited for help and got some movement, and now they'll get the foul going the other way.
We've seen that a couple of times out of Andromeda. They know how to build the attack. And they begin to build again. But a nice sliding tackle wins the ball away from Dombrowski, and River Plate controls. Barao, the middle of the pitch. Look out, River Plate now building the attack.
3-on-2 with numbers.
Ortiz plays it to the right side.
He's off.
Offside flag is up before Benaki took that shot.
As you said, a little bit of a break for Andromeda because they were on the short side of a 3-on-2. You don't want to give these Argentinians numbers at all.
Here's a look at the replay. You can clearly see that he was offside.
And that's really, in that situation, oftentimes that's the best thing to do is just offside trap the defenders when you're outnumbered. They did it perfectly.
It seems like Andromeda is fundamentally sound, and I got to tell you, I know Mike Powers a little bit. It doesn't surprise me that his team is fundamentally sound.
And we've seen it because they've really gone toe-to-toe with this Argentinian squad, and they've won in as much as they've lost with headers and footwork in the middle of the field, and now they're trying to make a run here.
Bewley just outside the area on the right side. Plays it back, chipped into the area. Can't find the intended target, Dombrowski, and River Plate is able to clear it to the halfway stripe. Going down, drawing the whistle is Montoya.
Took a big tumble.
Yeah, took a big tumble and drew that whistle, but I think Andromeda may have a case. There may not have been a foul there.
There's a lot of pushing back and forth in the replay, and they're going to say it was enough obstruction by the Andromeda player to warrant a foul. And another sub coming in. This is David Contigiani for River Plate. Let's see who comes off.
The free kick comes from the touchline on the near side. Almada restarts play. Almada will get the ball right back. The man who came off was Guerra, number 7.
Dangerous throw in.
Almada will put it in play. And Andromeda has possession now. Andromeda will throw it in deep in their own territory.
A bad first touch by River Plate that gave the ball back to Andromeda.
Powers, Van de Castile.
Dangerous clear by Van de Castile in the middle of the pitch.
Headed by Reyes. River Plate controls. Played to the 18. A quick flick header by Contigiani. And once again, it's out of play, and it'll be a goal kick. Goal kick for Reed Dillard. He'll celebrate his birthday later this month.
Played pretty well today, and the one goal didn't have much of a chance, and he's been solid there in goal.
Driven past Powers, but it comes right to Bewley. Bewley plays it into space at the top of the D, and Ojeda just did get there.
That was very close to the end of the line that he went and reached for that ball.
Right at the border. River Plate looking for the go-ahead goal in the 80th minute of play. Building the attack. Montoya drives it wide right. Dillard with a goal kick.
Looked a little bit desperate from Montoya. I thought he might play it wide a little bit, or perhaps try and take it a little bit more to the middle. He just turned and fired, and it wasn't very close.
Powers unable to get a head on it.
Handball.
But a handball is called. Garau, I believe, got a hand on it.
He went up with the header with his arm straight up in the air, and even if he didn't touch it, that's likely to earn you a handball call.
Hunt up the left side. Dombrowski just outside the area. The cross at the top of the 6. Nice effort, but nobody there for Andromeda. Cleared into safety. Throw in for Andromeda.
Andromeda's not going to get all that many more chances if they want to pull ahead once again.
Jonathan Smith will put this ball in play.
It was pretty harmless.
Yeah, that was not a good effort. Ojeda grabs it under no pressure, then drives the ball up the right side of the field. Van de Castile turns it around for Andromeda. River Plate controls, coming through the middle third. Played out wide to the right side. And Tangiani moves up the touch line. Can't keep it in play.
Excuse me, Pete. Looks like we have a substitution. Nicholas Velez will come in, and Carrizo, who we saw was limping earlier, he has the goal, will come off.
Hunt called for a foul, giving River Plate a free kick restart. Played squared from Montoya to Ortiz. Getting tripped up there, making the most of it.
And he might get booked. He did. And it's not necessarily a bad play, I mean, because he gambled and lost, but unfortunately he got the card for it.
Spravati got spilled.
Yellow card caution in the 82nd minute.
So maybe a bit of a dangerous play here, especially with the wind at the back of River Plate.
Not sure who got the yellow card, but Andromeda, certainly the guilty party.
Yellow card was given to number 17.
The yellow card given to Alexei Reyes.
There's the restart.
Dangerous, headed right into the gut of Dillard. Pretty good effort on the set piece by River Plate, but they can't capitalize. And here's a pretty good counter being mounted by Andromeda. Tangiani trying to keep it in play. Bewley trying to win the ball from him. Sent up the right side. Hunt knocked it forward, but River Plate now comes out of their own end. Bernacchi plays it to his right for Montoya. Montoya, the cross, headed out of play. And there's Jonathan Smith again making a good play for Andromeda.
It was a little bit sloppy, though. It was a turnover on the back line. I'm not sure if that was McDuff who lost control of it, and Bernacchi took advantage of it, made the run, and the cross wasn't successful, but they earned the corner the 5th of the match.
Smith gives up the corner with that header out of play. That allows the defense to get back. And it'll be a throw in here for River Plate. South American team out of Argentina. Throw into the top of the 6. One-time volley, not catching all of it, was Contangiani. And Andromeda comes out of the back. Powers leads the way. Could have been a handball there, and the call is made.
Yeah, they played advantage rule at first, but the right call by the official, and an easy one as well.
Powers quickly restarts play with a square ball to Morales, who moves up the middle of the pitch, has options, goes left to Hunt. Hunt facing the goal to Powers at the top of the D. He'll strike it, but it's an easy play for Ojeda. Ojeda gets that ball well beyond halfway. With the Andromeda defense, heads it. Powers with a header. Here's Bewley. Bewley centers it, but intercepted by River Plate. Powers with a nice tackle. River Plate maintains possession. Played out wide. Now driven up the right side. And racing up on the ball is Contangiani. Turns it over. Working hard for Andromeda right now is Wesley Curtis. Corner kick for River Plate. Chance to break the 1-1 tie.
That's right. Curtis actually got the turnover, but then turned it right back over, and ends up being a corner kick for River Plate.
We're in the 86th minute, tied at 1. 4 minutes plus extra time. Actually, more like 5 minutes plus extra time. Right into the hands of Dillard. The corner kick taken that time by Cantangiani, who's been given a lot of responsibility since coming into the game. Pushing the ball forward now is Jonathan Smith. The defender moving into the attacking third, makes a nice move, frees himself up at the 18, but a weak cross is scooped up by Ojeda.
Yeah, I suppose it was a cross. It wasn't much of a shot.
I give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. Ortiz at the top of the D gets taken down, but it's play on.
I think it's a good no call because he got ball and just a little bit of contact.
McDuff trying to find Bewley, intercepted. Ortiz again. Ortiz controls and retreats. Plays it into space. Hunt there defensively for Andromeda. Clears it up but not out. Nice give and go here at the top of the D. Ball chipped inside the area. That's clearly a dive.
It's offside.
And the flag was up anyway.
A bit of a break because River Plate smelled blood on that and they had numbers.
Yeah, this was an effort to draw a penalty here.
There was a little contact.
A little contact, but I think more of an acting job. But it was offside anyway, so it made no difference.
We've seen a lot of counterattacks by both sides in the last several minutes as the clock winding down. Both teams definitely playing for the victory and not the draw.
It's definitely an advantage if you could get a win here in this opening game. But you also, there's a Powers really putting the pressure on Ojeda, and Ojeda couldn't control the ball.
You have a little leeway with a loose ball with the keeper, but not a lot.
Free kick.
As you see there, a little bit of contact, and they're just going to say it was a goal kick. River Plate restarted quickly.
Ortiz up the middle.
Uh-oh.
Ball got behind the Andromeda defense, and they're fortunate that they're able to bail themselves out of trouble here.
I think River Plate got a little too fancy. If a quick shot on that cross might have been their best bet. He tried to touch it and pass it elsewhere.
Powers with a nice no-look pass to Hunt, moving up the left flank. Hunt all the way to the byline, looking for the cross, and it's blocked. Hunt will get a second chance. Chested down by Powers. Hunt will switch the attack to the right side, but nobody's over there. Bewley trying to win the ball back, unable to do so. Ortiz gets it in the midfield for Andromeda. Plays it to Montoya. Back to Ortiz. Bianchi takes a shot, and that skips into the hands of Dillard. Bernacchi with the shot. And a man down for Andromeda. That may be Powers, and it is.
And there's also a man down for River Plate in the back line. I think that was Villarino. He took the shot in the chest on that block, and he went to his knees shortly after it, and I'm not quite sure exactly what it is. You see the keeper.
We got 3 men down on the field right now.
2 from Andromeda. One might be a cramp, it looks like. Powers might also have a cramp. It's kind of hard to tell. You see Villarino, he's up now, but he took the shot right in the chest. You don't expect a player to go down when he takes the ball in the chest, but he did.
Vander Castile up on his feet now. Powers up on his feet. So the strain of this game starting to take its toll. It's been a real battle between 2 evenly matched sides.
And Powers is actually going to come out of the match, and coming in will be Christopher McElwee from Flower Mound High School. I want to take this opportunity to tell you this match is an exclusive presentation of Time Warner Cable Metro Sports. Today's telecast is intended solely for Time Warner Cable customers. Any use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of Time Warner Cable Metro Sports and the Dallas Cup Incorporated is strictly prohibited.
Dillard distributes to Smith on the far side. Smith with a long ball looking for Bewley. Scooped up by Ojeda near the 18. He rolls it out to Almada. Almada plays a long liner to the top of the 18. He was trying to find Cantangiani out there, and he nearly found him. It's still going to be a great scoring chance here for River Plate as they'll get a corner from the left side. We've played 90 minutes. We're into extra time, and we got 4 minutes of stoppage time coming up. To the far side of the area for Montoya. Deflects out of harm's way as far as Andromeda is concerned.
I couldn't tell if that went off a head or when it was punched away.
Dillard leaves a rebound, but fortunately it's his teammate who's next to him, and he's able to pick it up.
We talked about the rebounding issues. Montoya was not far away. He'd actually overrun the play. Had he not, he had a perfect scoring chance.
So McElwee gets his first touch on the ball and is pressured from behind and dispossessed. But the foul, and it'll be a free kick restart here for Andromeda. Into stoppage time. 1-1 tie at Pizza Hut Park.
And both goal scorers are on the bench, having been substituted for. Samuel Haynes, who scored in the 43rd minute, and Daniel Carrizo, the equalizer, in the 53rd minute for River Plate.
Hunt restarts play. This is Vanda Castile. Bewley on the left side, trying to find a target. McElwee outside the area, double teamed. Bewley to Vanda Castile. And the flag up for offside. Quickly. Well, River Plate unable to mount an attack there, and it's a throw in for Andromeda.
Both teams kind of trying to play some Hail Mary kicks in the stoppage times. Hopefully they get the right bounce. Didn't happen for River Plate the last time down.
Tangiani plays it to the left side. Not much time left in this 1-1 tie. We will end in a tie in group play here in Dallas Cup. Montoya on the ball. Montoya trying to break the tie. Great defense from Andromeda. And then they hold the ball in play and clear it. Some great teamwork by Andromeda.
And that was huge because that was a run by Montoya. It was tight, but some great teamwork kept it in.
Bewley throws down one of the River Plate attackers, Almada. And it's a restart for River Plate. They drive the ball deep to the top of the 18. Vanda Castile unable to get ahead on it, but Andromeda controls in their own end, coming toward the near touchline. It's out of play. It'll be River Plate ball. Montoya with a quick restart throw in. Again, headed away by the Andromeda defense at the 18. Into touch for a throw in for Andromeda. Nearing the end of stoppage time, 1-1 tie. Throw in, looking for Bewley. Bewley unable to get there. Almada marking him. McElwee. And it's Morales who goes down.
Might be the last opportunity for Andromeda.
Can't be that much time left. Slowly getting to his feet is Morales.
A hard-fought match. Of course, whatever happens, 3 Andromeda players, Haynes, Striffler, and Reyes, will have yellow cards going into the next match. Carrizo had a yellow for River Plate.
Curtis drives it toward the 18. Comes back to Hunt, off the referee, back to Hunt. River Plate steals it. This may be the last rush for River Plate as they cross halfway. Smith got a foot on it but couldn't control it. Dillard comes sliding off his line to cover up the ball, and that'll do it. Well, a pretty entertaining second half and a pretty high quality of soccer throughout the 90 minutes of play. River Plate and Andromeda finish in a 1-1 tie.
Up next for these two squads, River Plate. Both teams will play tomorrow. River Plate will play here at the Pizza Hut Park complex against the Vancouver Whitecaps at 2 p.m. Then their final match will be against Monterey at 6:30 Wednesday right here at Pizza Hut Park. Andromeda's game tomorrow will be at Richland College at 4 p.m. They'll play CF Monterey and back against the Vancouver Whitecaps on Pizza Hut Park Field number 7 on Wednesday at 6 p.m.
It's a soccer festival, the 30th edition of the Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup. This was a fantastic affair this afternoon that ends in a 1-1 tie, so both teams still very much alive in pool play, trying to get into the semifinals on Friday right back here at Pizza Hut Park. Thanks to C.J. Martin, I'm Pete Stein. Thanks to our entire crew. We'd also like to Thank the Dallas Cup Incorporated and Dallas's Diversity Foundation officials, and of course our entire Metro Sports crew. This is Dr. Pepper Dallas Cup 30 exclusively on Time Warner Cable Metro Sports. Metro Sports, your team here.